anti-marijuana? Because it's legal in Cali, right?
So I live in New York and it's legal, and I'm not anti-marijuana. I think you've got to know why you're taking it. Like, are you taking it to escape a reality that you've created for yourself that you hate? Or do you just need something to take the edge off? But I think it's okay. I don't have any major issues with it.
All right, guys, Dr. Christine here, and we are in Vegas. First time doing a podcast in Vegas for you.
It is, but I get to do it with you. So thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm honored. How's the trip been treating you?
Oh, it's been amazing. We had smooth travels. We've got a great hotel. We're going to hang out, gamble.
Nice. What's your game?
Blackjack.
Okay. That's one of the best ones to play statistically.
I don't follow any of the rules.
Oh, you don't follow the book?
No. So last night I was doubling down on 11 when the dealer had whatever. And I'm like, why wouldn't you double down on 11? I'm probably going to get a 10. Yeah. And it worked every time.
Wow.
It did.
Sometimes the people at your table get upset when you don't follow the book.
I know. But luckily it was just my husband and I and a very lovely dealer. So it was awesome.
I love it. What else have you been up to lately?
You know, just working really hard. I'm a full-time professor, so I teach nurse practitioner students pathophysiology. So that's a big part of my life. And then I coach women on how to be healthy as they age and especially as they go through menopause. So that's been a big part of my work, is trying to help people not only survive during changes as you get older, but to really thrive, because there's a lot of negative that goes along with it. And there's so much positive that can be had. Yeah,
because the mental side of menopause must be really tough on women, right?
It really is. It's the depression, the brain fog. You feel like you're a psychopath half of the time because your hormones are changing so much.
Right.
And it not only affects you and your livelihood and your work, but it also affects your relationships. And that's something I'm seeing a lot of with my clients and people I talk to, is the changes in their hormones are impacting their desire for intimacy, their desire to be close, to have healthy sexual relations with their partners. And the consequences can really be devastating. So I'm really helping women to navigate through that so that they can have strong, healthy, intimate relationships.
Right. Because a woman's hormone cycle is a full month, right? It's changing every day.
Well, a woman's, yes, their menstrual cycle is, but once you turn 35, you're really starting down that pathway of perimenopause, which means the amount of estrogen that you make goes down, and estrogen is your dominant intimacy hormone. So once you turn 35, that starts to change, and it impacts you in kind of a negative way if you don't incorporate lifestyle changes that are going to optimize your hormones. And then once you're in full-blown menopause, you don't make any estrogen.
Wow.
It's horrible.
I didn't know that.
Right. So, and there's, a little bit of a backstory. There was a big study that was done in the early 2000s called the Women's Health Initiative. And it was a very flawed study. Everybody scientifically in the community has been like, wow, I can't believe they did that. But the sample was women predominantly older, 60s, 70s, and they were giving them estrogen derived from horse urine.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, guess what? A bunch of people got cancer and they got really, really sick. And this went all over media, the television news, and it scared the crap out of women. And so pre-Women's Health Initiative, 40% of women were on some sort of hormone replacement therapy. Now, because of the Women's Health Initiative, 1.8% of menopausal women are on hormone replacement.
Wow.
Even though we know, based on the research, it's safe. It is safe to supplement. And it's important so that you feel like yourself again, like you feel like a human again. So it's been really a disservice to women that, hormonal replacement therapy has been villainized. And even to this day, it's hard to get prescriptions for it. So
yeah, it's like looked down on, right?
It's looked down on. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get cancer. I'm going to have a stroke. When in fact, what we know is it protects your heart, it protects your brain, and it has anti-aging potential. So I think that is something, being on this sort of podcast, people need to understand that hormone replacement is actually incredibly beneficial.
Yeah. Is that the only way to get your estrogen levels back to normal once you're a certain age?
No, and there's a lot of other ways. So a couple of things that I think is really important is
Shout out to today's sponsor, Specialized Recruiting Group. When your company has a position to fill, are you really seeing the best candidates? Sure, you get plenty of resumes, but you may be missing an untapped resource, ideal candidates who are not currently job searching. The good news is you just need Specialized Recruiting Group. Specialized Recruiting Group is ready to find the talent you need. Go to srgpros.com, see how our recruitment specialists with a deep understanding of experience and expertise you need can find the right fit for your business. After all, you deserve to see the best candidates possible, both active and passive. We're here to guide you and help you find a role that fits, all without costing a dime. Meet Specialized Recruiting Group, offering a tailored approach to find your next role. Go to srgpros.com and get on the right course. Your local Specialized Recruiting Group team knows which businesses are hiring and can offer you a path to contract and full-time roles. Take the next step in your career by starting srgpros.com.
strength training, and strength training is excellent not only for your estrogen, but your testosterone levels.
So in your opinion, when it comes to hormone replacement therapy, when should people start looking into getting that?
So I think the earlier you get your hormones checked, the better. So you mentioned that you had your hormones checked when you were much younger because you were feeling sluggish. So if you notice any changes in your libido, in your energy levels, like go ahead and get them checked because women's estrogen level starts to decrease when they're 35. And that's a lot sooner than people think. You know, some women are like, I'm going to hold off on having kids till I'm in my late 30s. But by then, their reproductive hormones have really changed. So it's really better to be proactive when it comes to understanding what's going on with your own hormones and to get a baseline, right? So if you were 500 when you were 19, then that's your baseline. How can we work to increase your endogenous testosterone that your body makes? And there's lots of really easy ways to do that. But if you don't know there's a problem, then you don't know how to fix it.
Right. And when it comes to testosterone levels, you said it's also important for women to have decent levels too, right?
Yeah. So testosterone is just as important for women as it is for men, although our levels are a lot lower because I don't want to have like chin hair and like a big jaw. But I started doing testosterone replacement probably 5 years ago. I do a cream and I put it behind my kneecaps and I get my levels checked every 6 months. And I like to be in the 70s. That's where I look and feel my best. I have the best clarity in my mind. I feel like it helps with developing lean skeletal muscle mass, decreasing body fat percentage, and really just overall feeling on. And that's so important.
Yeah, you probably have hundreds of clients. Where are you seeing their testosterone and estrogen levels on average? Are they not enough or too high? Or
they're pitiful. Honestly, once people come to me, their testosterone and estrogen levels are so low and they're feeling like a shell of themselves. So it's almost like you're starting over. It's not standard practice to go at the age of 30 and say, hey, I wonder what my testosterone is. It needs to be, and this is a whole cultural shift of really taking proactive care of our health and understanding where we're at.
Right. And with our parents' generation and grandparents, they weren't dealing with this as much, right?
Right. So if you looked at your grandfather's testosterone, he was probably easily 1,200, 1,500, right? Because he was probably out working, had normal circadian rhythms, wasn't eating a bunch of ultra processed foods, and didn't have all of the plastics and things in our environment that are absolutely crushing us. Now, because of our environment and the amount of endocrine disruptors, we're in big trouble as a society. So men are walking around, they call it hypogonadism. That's like the fancy word for low testosterone. And it's really epidemic in terms of what's happening to men in this country. Y'all are a lot more feminine than you used to be, right? And so we're dealing with erectile dysfunction. We're dealing with low sex drives. We're dealing with man bods and man boobs, and none of that is okay.
Yeah, that must be frustrating for your woman clients. I'm sure they're complaining about that.
Well, it depends, right? If you're a woman who wants to be in charge, then this works out really well. But in my opinion, that's not how it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
I want my man to be my provider and my protector. Like if a lion comes in, I want you to go kick its ass. Like I don't want that kind of man in my life. And our son is not going to be like that.
What's your son's testosterone level?
I don't know, but it's probably pretty high. He's 20.
Okay.
So it's probably pretty high. He's very muscular. He works out every day. So my assumption is that it's pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah. The working out in sauna helped me probably get mine up 100 points,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you do infrared?
Yeah. I do infrared 5 days a week. I haven't measured since I started doing infrared, but that might have done another boost or whatever.
Yeah. So we have an infrared sauna in our house, and I am in that thing every single day. It gets up to 170 degrees for 30 minutes.
Mhm.
And the detoxification, the mental health, the clarity of your skin, and it decreases your blood pressure. To me, that is a game changer. You know, when you do extremes of heat and cold, that is very helpful in helping produce good stress in your body.
Right.
So cold plunging is another temp extreme that I'm a big fan of. There's, some controversy on should you cold plunge before or after your workouts, but truthfully, if you just do it once a day, you're in much better shape than if you don't at all.
Really? So I might have to incorporate that.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
I got a pool at home. I could just jump in there in the wintertime.
You could.
It's freezing these days.
We live on a lake, and I cold plunge in the lake, and it's amazing. It's God's cold plunge.
Wow. Okay. I'm all about data, so I'll try it and I'll measure my results and see if there's a difference,
Well, they say that you shouldn't cold plunge right after a workout. So the best thing is like first thing in the morning, and it wakes you up. The benefits are crazy. It helps with brown fat, which is good fat. It's thermogenic fat in your body. So there's a lot of great science around cold plunging.
Interesting. I've never heard of brown fat.
Oh, yeah. You want that. You want brown fat. White fat is the fat that makes you really sick.
And we got to talk about this because I'm actually skinny, like appearance-wise, right? But I got an MRI done. I had visceral fat everywhere. And people don't realize that just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy.
Yeah, you're skinny fat.
Yeah.
Right?
So I had to burn all that off.
Yeah. So visceral fat is the fat around your organs, around your pancreas, your liver, your small intestines, and it releases substances that cause heart disease. So even though you're not fat, you're still at higher risk for atherosclerosis, which is when you've got plaque that builds up around your arteries that can kill you.
Yeah.
So you want to be very vigilant about getting rid of that.
Yeah.
But sauna's great. Cold plunging is great. And working out.
Yeah, I'm proud to say I was able to get rid of most of it because I just got a Pronuvo scan done a month ago, and it was pretty much all gone. But it took about a year of just, hard work.
What did you do besides sauna?
Sauna, cardio, basketball leagues. I'm in 2 leagues, so that's, I guess, technically HIIT workout. And then I tried yoga. I don't know if that helped, but just diet mainly, I'd say. Stopped eating out as much because I love food.
Yeah.
I love restaurants. Being in Vegas, it's so tempting to just eat out all the time. And even when I do eat now, I cut out the seed oils.
Oh.
I tell them not to use them. I was at a 5-star steakhouse last night. I don't want to call them out, but I asked what you use. They're like canola oil. Oof. They spray it on the bread. They spray it on everything. I was like, this is a 5-star steakhouse.
But the fact that you knew to ask about canola oil is really a testament to the knowledge that we're sharing, right? Because 20 years ago, nobody talked about canola oil or inflammatory omega-6 seed oils. But truthfully, if it's not olive oil or coconut oil or avocado oil, you should not put it in your body.
Right.
And then you heat it in a fryer to 150 degrees. Oh my God, that fries the inside of the lining of your arteries.
Jeez.
Destroys it. And so it's bad enough to have the seed oil, but you heat that stuff up and you are asking for major problems.
Wow. Yeah, there's that viral clip of Dave Asprey. He's like, would you rather eat a French fry or smoke a cigarette? And he said cigarette.
Cigarette any day,
Crazy.
Right? Because it's more temporary.
Yeah. And there's some new studies on nicotine. This is kind of controversial, but it's actually not that bad for you.
Yeah, they call nicotine a nootropic, a smart drug. What worries me is the kids with the Zyn, and they're in their system constantly,
right,
where that didn't used to be a thing. So I think if there's a safe way to microdose nicotine, then you would be in better shape. The Zyn, it worries me a little bit.
It's pretty gross too.
Yeah.
Putting that stuff on your gums.
Yeah, it can't be good for you. But we don't know because it's so new, right?
That's the thing with health, right? And the FDA is not quick enough to, adapt.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I remember when Juuls were popular when I was in high school, but it took them 2-3 years to ban them.
Yeah. The mango flavored and bubble gum. And
by then the damage was already done. There was people dying.
It's crazy.
All the lung issues. I mean, that can't be good for your lungs.
No, I've actually said point blank to our children, I would much rather you roll a joint with actual marijuana than vape.
Yeah.
Like if you had to choose, just roll the joint.
I love it. Are you anti-marijuana? Because it's legal in Cali, right?
So I live in New York and it's
you're in New
legal,
York.
and I'm not anti-marijuana. I think you've got to know why you're taking it. Like, are you taking it to escape a reality that you've created for yourself that you hate? Or do you just need something to take the edge off? But I think it's okay. I don't have any major issues with it. But for a lot of my clients, they'll do edibles and then they'll go raid the pantry. So that to me isn't helpful. You know, so it depends on how you receive the drug.
Yeah, edibles are a whole nother game.
Oh
man, I got some nasty edible stories. Thought I was gonna die.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of interesting, things with psilocybin and psychedelics and microdosing in order to try to, escape and get rid of like PTSD and depression. And so the research and there's more funding around that. So that's really exciting.
I'm a fan of microdosing psilocybin.
Yeah. I have not tried it. The only time I was in college on a pizza and it did not go well.
On a pizza?
I would never do it. It was horrible.
That sounds weird on a pizza.
It was awful. Yeah. It was
You ate the whole thing?
I don't know what I ate. It was bad. And I was like, I will never do this again. So perhaps if it was, and this was in the 90s, Sean.
Yeah.
Like the 90s was a different time.
I did in college too. But, that's different. The people you were with is important.
Yes, I agree.
You might have been around some bad energy or something. I don't know.
It was. And I just wanted it to go away. And it didn't. And it was horrible.
Damn, one and done, huh?
Was it?
Well, microdosing, you don't have any bad feelings or anything.
Right. So I would try it. I would try it if it was like somebody was like, okay, you need this dose and this, and it's safe. And that's what is exactly in there versus whatever the heck was on that pizza.
Absolutely. I didn't know weed was legal in New York now. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
When I was growing up in Jersey, it was super run down upon.
Yeah, they're finally opening dispensaries in New York. Very highly regulated, taxed. It's New York. But it's very common.
Is that what you teach your students too in New York?
I do.
Nice. There's a university up by you?
Yep, out of Rochester, New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that upstate?
Upstate, yeah.
Good old upstate.
Listen,
beautiful out there.
Go Buffalo Bills.
Oh, that game yesterday. Did you see it in the snow?
Of course I did.
Holy crap.
Yeah, we're huge fans.
I can't believe they play in that. My friend was trying to fly in. The whole flight got canceled.
Oh, really?
He was trying to fly in for the game.
Oh, yeah. They had 3 to 4 feet. And we live an hour from there and we had nothing.
Whoa.
Like that's upstate New York.
Do you get any snow at all?
We do, but Buffalo, for some reason, because of Lake Erie, it just dumps right there. And for some reason, it dumps right on Orchard Park where the Bills Stadium is. And so this happens every year. It's absolutely
Crazy.
insane.
You think they would cancel the game though?
No. God, no. They have people who volunteer. They show up with their shovel. They pay them $20 an hour and they shovel the seats.
What?
Oh, yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Bills Mafia, right?
Bills Mafia.
They're known to be like the craziest fans.
We're the most loyal fans because we've been so bad for so long and we've never won a Super Bowl that like it's our time. This is our time.
I hope you get one. You've been close.
Yeah.
You guys always make the playoffs recently at least, and then I don't know, first, second round.
Stupid Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Oh man, the Chiefs Raiders game. I was watching. You watch every game?
Yeah, yes.
And
that was crazy.
They blew it. Fumble.
Yeah.
All they needed was a field goal and they fumbled it.
I know.
Like that's mind blowing. I've never seen a game end like that. It was so anticlimactic.
It really was. And the coach didn't get fired.
He should be soon.
Interesting.
Very soon.
Right.
I didn't know you'd be big on sports.
Oh, huge.
Football, basketball.
Only football, not
only
basketball.
Football.
Sorry. Just football. I am pretty sure, and my kids will say this, that I was part of the NFL in a past life. Or maybe they're like, Mom, you need to be a ref in the NFL. I'm like, well, I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. But no, I am passionate about the Buffalo Bills.
Wow. So your parents must have been big fans and they passed it down to you.
Yeah, my dad is a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh,
I know.
They're everywhere.
I know. Bless his heart.
They're in Jersey too.
Dallas, they're everywhere.
It's crazy.
I know.
I remember growing up in Jersey, you like, yo, you should be a Giants fan or a Jets fan. Why are you a Cowboys fan in New Jersey?
Yeah. Well, there's only one New York team, and it's the Buffalo Bills.
Facts. You got the Yankees too.
Yeah.
But you don't like baseball?
Not
Too
a
slow?
big fan. Just doesn't catch my interest. Lacrosse is fun.
Yeah, but they don't really show it anywhere, right?
Yeah, it's not a thing, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah. Cross. Ice hockey's fun to watch in person,
Yeah.
but not on TV. Can't even see it.
I love sports. I was a springboard diver in
Whoa.
high school and in college. And so that's where, I kind of got my passion for athletics. And I always identify myself like I am an athlete.
Yeah.
And I hope to always do that, to be able to play sports with the kids and the grandkids and roll around and stay active and not really have any like physical limitations. You mentioned yoga earlier. I think yoga is amazing. Like it's such a great way to improve your mobility. You probably follow Peter Attia.
Yeah.
He talks about the Centurion Olympics. And as you get older, just the ability to lay down and get up without any assistance is an important, measurement of health. Or like grip strength, hanging from a bar. If you're a female, try it. Male, 60 seconds. You should be able to just hang.
Really?
And that is a big longevity indicator. So
that's a long time, 60 seconds.
60 seconds is a lot. 30 seconds is a lot too. You'd be surprised.
I'm going to test it tonight. I got a pull-up bar at home. I just bought one because I have arthritis in my back, actually.
Oh, really?
I found out on the Pronuvo scan.
Oh, interesting.
Back and neck.
Huh.
27.
Interesting.
I have scoliosis, so that could have played a role. And my posture's always been, I slouch.
Don't do that.
So I got that bar to start hanging every day.
Yeah, and they also have that inversion table where you can hang upside down and it pulls your vertebrae. Those are really fun too. Good. But you'll have to message me, let me know how long you got.
Yeah,
when you
60's tough.
60 seconds.
Wow. I didn't know that was the norm for men.
That's kind of the bottom.
I couldn't do a pull-up all of high school.
Really?
I was that weak. I was a twig. I was 140 pounds.
Yeah.
6'5".
A lot of females can't do pull-ups, but it's really important that you keep working. Like when I started like really lifting, I could not do a pull-up. And now I can do 10. And I think that's pretty good, that's unassisted, really 10 pull-ups. So my goal is always to just up it a little bit more. And again, I don't believe in going backwards as you get older. Like you can just keep moving forward. Or dips, unassisted dips. I always try to like up my number a little bit. Push-ups. My big thing is handstand push-ups.
Jeez.
I love handstand push-ups.
How many push-ups can you do?
Probably 10, but my feet are kind of like I'm not unassisted.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm like up against a door or a wall.
Got it.
But still, they're pretty hard. And that's yoga. Like being able to do back bends and things like that, keeping the mobility up will keep you young as you get older.
Impressive. I've never done a handstand push-up. We'll have to do it after this and film it.
Oh, let's do it.
I'll do it with you against the wall.
Okay, deal.
I think I got you beat on regular push-ups and sit-ups.
I hope so.
But not pull-ups. You got me beat on pull-ups.
Yeah?
So I got some work to do. But I got long arms. So I feel like, because I've always had trouble benching because so much distance kind of holds me back.
Yeah, but your height is a superpower.
It's been basketball, yeah. In most sports, I'd say it is.
Yeah.
6'6".
And your bone strength. Arthritis is interesting. I don't know why you have that.
Yeah.
But that's inflammation. So it could be diet related as well. So as you clean up your diet, spend more time in the sauna, I think you might see that starts to subside as well.
I hope so. I got the infrared like a month ago. So I'm going to do that. And I'm taking a Parasite cleanse tonight.
Ooh, what is that? What are you taking?
Just got sent one. All sorts of natural herbs. Shout out to Chris Motley. He's been on the show 3 times. He sent me a bunch of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'll be curious to see what comes out.
I know. Well, every time I take them every year kind of, but anytime I feel like I'm craving sugar more than normal, I start taking one because I know that's a parasite thing.
Yeah.
Like people that have a sweet tooth, that's usually like a parasite thing. I think 94% of people have parasites, something ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's what that Viome test will tell you as well. If there's any like bacteria, like what organisms are living in your gut. Like you literally take a little scoop of your poop, you send it in the mail. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
The data that you get back is like, and things that I should eat are not things that you should eat. Like raspberries is one of my superfoods where yours might be artichokes. Like, and there's a whole list. Eat these, don't eat these. It's really fascinating because there's no one size fits all when it comes to gut health. Everybody's microbiome is different. But if you can keep it happy, like you won't get sick.
Yeah. I got one of those on my dogs. So you pluck their dog hair, you send it to them, they tell you what food they're allergic to.
Oh.
And it was really fascinating.
I better do that for Lola.
Yeah. They were allergic to like 40 things. I was like, damn, I used to feed them that.
Huh.
Chicken was one of them. Palm trees, which there's like 40 in my backyard. One of my dogs is allergic to them and he would always itch. So now we know why.
Fascinating.
So yeah, I got to remember the name of that one. But yeah, those allergy tests are fascinating.
Yeah, and I think it's the next kind of frontier of having like individualized prescriptions for health. You know, what does your body need? What do your cells need in order to function better?
Which I love, because right now the doctors just follow a checklist. And they
Right.
treat everyone like a system.
Right.
But-
If a doctor looked at the stuff that I take, the supplements that I take, they'd be like, why? But they're very targeted. You know, I want my mitochondria to function at their highest level. So I take a lot of things that are like cofactors for aerobic respiration. Like if you ever took a science class, you learned about the Krebs cycle. And I take certain things that will help those work better. So I take methylene blue every day, and that's part of the mitochondrial health. And it's like makes everything work better. You know, the mitochondria are the batteries of your cell. If you can get those things, you know, really firing, everything is going to feel better. Your eyesight's going to be better. I don't have gray hair. I think part of it is because I take care of my cellular health. And the infrared sauna is amazing for cellular health. It, you know, helps with those heat shock proteins and getting rid of crap that you accumulate in the environment. It's amazing.
That's impressive. Yeah. You said earlier, I think you're 50 now, but you feel better now than you did at 30.
Oh, 100%.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, when I was 30, again, you know, I didn't understand what my body needed. I didn't understand from a nutrition standpoint what I needed. I drank way too much because I thought that was what people do at the age of 30. And so now that I'm older and wiser, like I know how to take care of my body in a way that feels good and helps me perform. Because at the end of the day, if you and I aren't performing well and our brain isn't working well, then none of this would be for anything.
Yeah. It's exciting because a lot of people fear aging. They fear like their 40s and 50s, but
yeah,
you know, you're killing it.
Well, it can be scary if you aren't proactive. Right. You know, your hormones change, your gut health changes, you become debilitated. That sucks. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for my clients. I don't want that for you. I want to get better as I get older, period.
Yeah. Gut health is super important, right?
It's everything. It really is.
It's your second brain, they say.
It is. It is 1000%. And so if you can keep your gut healthy, you can keep the rest of your body healthy.
Yeah. And right now people's guts are being destroyed by everything.
Well, the ultra processed foods, you know, the chemicals, the glyphosate, it's all absolutely gutting us. Like literally gutting us.
I love that. Yeah, I had to do a gut detox. Mine was so messed up. Is this
in addition to the Parasite cleanse?
Yeah, it was a different one, but I had constipation my whole life. So I had to like reset my whole gut.
Yeah, constipation is a big problem.
I had it for years.
You're supposed to poop twice a day.
Yeah, I was doing maybe twice a week.
Yeah.
Like 3 times a week.
And what happens is your poop just sits in there and toxins get emitted into your system, and it's really, really
it's
bad.
Like 10 pounds of poop inside the average person, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, doing that to make sure that you're not constipated anymore. And like for people that are constipated, an easy way to address that is to make sure you're taking enough magnesium. Magnesium is simple, it's effective, and most people are deficient. So if you just take a magnesium supplement every night, you're going to poop, you're probably going to sleep, your bones are going to be happier. Like that's kind of a no-brainer. I was deficient in that. I was deficient in zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C, so all the important ones. And then I started fasting, and between all that, it went away. Yeah. Do you fast now? I try to intermittent fast. I want to do another 3-day fast. I haven't done one in a while. Yeah, it's intense. It's tough. But then like after the first 12 hours, you're really not hungry anymore. It's just getting over that initial hump. And then all of a sudden you have this energy that comes out of nowhere and you have this clarity. You could write a book when you're fasting. Yeah, it's crazy. Are you big on it? I am. So I normally stop eating at about 8 o'clock at night. And I tell my husband too, like the kitchen's closed, stay out, right? Because you got to digest at night. And then I wake up in the morning, I'll do coffee. So it's not technically fasting if you're having coffee, but then I work out. I don't normally eat an actual meal till around noon. And I'm just not hungry. And I get my best thinking done in the morning when I don't have any food in my system. Yes. And there's a lot to that. The minute I eat something, it's like, okay, now I've got to use that energy to digest, and it just slows me down. 100%. You know, so that's how I address it, and it works really well. And I feel fine. I feel amazing. I love that.
Well, Dr. Christine, it's been fun. Where can people find you and potentially get advice and work with you?
Yeah, so Instagram at Dr. Christine Boev, and then my website is mastermenopause.com. Anybody can message me, send me a direct message, and we can hop on a Zoom. And I love to problem solve, see if we're a good fit.
Yeah, we'll link below. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah.
See you next time.